Welcome to Mastery of Writing the Personal Narrative.
Lesson 5, Video 2. This is the fourth of 5 lectures on sentence structure, and so far we've established the definition of a sentence, examined the theory of writing content-rich, simple sentences that include descriptions, and we've also learned how to write simple sentences that have 2 subjects or 2 verb phrases.
In this fourth lecture, we are going to introduce another structure for a sentence. In the first 2 videos, we worked with sentences that had one idea. We are now going to learn about how to write a sentence that has 2 ideas. A sentence with 2 ideas can be called a compound sentence.
A sentence is called a compound sentence when 2 ideas are joined together into one sentence. As you watch this lecture, look for how this happens. Make sure to take good notes. And as with every video, at the end, you will be asked to submit a question for inquiry. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to effectively compose a compound sentence.
There are several ways that your instructor might help you after you watch this lecture. After the initial inquiry session, he or she might have you work on compound sentences with a small group of your classmates. You might do a little research on the structure of a compound sentence, or you might be asked to write compound sentences from a list of ideas. Watch this video and watch it again if you don't understand it the first time that you watch it. Are you ready? If a sentence has what it needs, it will express a thought that can stand by itself. Do you remember this definition of a sentence? Now, I'm saying we're going to work with sentences that have 2 ideas. What's up with that? The study of sentence structures is related to an important writing skill called sentence variety. As I've said many times, a writer's job is to write with the reader in mind at all times. If a writer only uses short, choppy, simple sentences, the reader is going to get bored very quickly. A writer varies his or her sentence structure so the reader doesn't get bored. More than that, using a variety of sentence structures enhances any written communication. Part of a writer's job is to find interesting ways to express ideas. In addition to the simple sentence, a writer can use the compound sentence. A compound sentence combines 2 ideas in one sentence. Let's see how this works. I'll start with our favorite sentence, Mark works. I'll create a new simple sentence, Ted sleeps. To write a compound sentence, we use both ideas, both sentences, and connect them with a joining word, which is also called a coordinating conjunction. Mark works and Ted sleeps. How's that? Did you notice the comma? It's after the word works and before the word and. Did we use a comma when we wrote simple sentences with double subjects and verb phrases? We didn't. When we discuss double subjects and verb phrases, we wrote sentences like Mark and Ted work and Mark works and sings. We never used a comma. When you have a double subject or a double verb phrase, you do not include a comma. In this lecture, we are going to discuss the compound sentence, a sentence that has 2 complete ideas. When you write a compound sentence, a sentence with 2 complete ideas, you need a comma. You need a comma and that joining word. This is very important. You need 2 complete ideas, 1 comma, and a joining word to create a compound sentence. It's also important to remember the 4 questions we talked about when we were writing simple sentences. Remember? Does my sentence have 1 idea? Can it stand on its own? Does it have a subject? Does it have a verb phrase? With a compound sentence, you must ask these questions about both ideas. You also need to make sure your compound sentence makes sense. I'll talk about that soon. Right now, let's talk about joining words, the coordinating conjunctions. And is the joining word in the sentence Mark works and Ted sleeps. There are 6 more joining words for a total of 7. And there's an easy way to remember what they are. Just remember fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Fanboys. You'll never forget what the coordinating conjunctions are, will you? How about another example? Martha cooks dinner every night. Is this a complete thought? Can the idea stand on its own? Does it have a subject? Does it have a verb phrase? You can answer yes to all 4 questions, so it is a simple sentence. Next one. Her daughter has choir practice from 6 to 8. Is this a complete thought? Can the idea stand on its own? Does it have a subject? Does it have a verb phrase? 2 simple sentences. Each expresses one idea, can stand on its own, both have a subject and both have a verb phrase. Can we create a compound sentence? Can we say, Martha cooks dinner every night, or her daughter has choir practice from 6 to 8? No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Can we say, Martha cooks dinner every night, but her daughter has choir practice from 6 to 8? Yes, we can use the joining word but to connect these 2 ideas. If you use but, you are saying that Martha cooks and her daughter is never home to eat the dinner. You could use other coordinating conjunctions too. How about this? Martha cooks dinner every night, and her daughter has choir practice from 6 to 8. It makes sense, and it gives a different meaning to the sentence, doesn't it? With the joining word and, the 2 ideas seem equal. Let's look at another example. I'm going to write 2 simple sentences, and I want you to use them to create a compound sentence. Ready? Jill and her sister take a bus to work every day. That's the first sentence. And the second sentence, Sarah does not know how to ride a bike. I'll give you a few moments to create your compound sentence. How'd you do? Does your sentence make any sense? I hope you decided that it couldn't be done. You can't combine any 2 ideas. The ideas that are combined into a compound sentence must relate to each other. There's got to be a sensible connection between 2 ideas, or you can't combine them into a compound sentence. It takes practice to get good at choosing the best sentence structure. Do you know what could help you get better? Make mistakes. No, seriously. As students, we are often afraid to make a mistake. We are concerned that a mistake will lead to flunking, and flunking will lead to all kinds of problems. The truth is that making mistakes and learning from those mistakes is the best way to become a great writer. Your instructor has many ways for you to make mistakes. Don't miss out on any of these opportunities. Watch this video again if you have to, and make sure that you post your question to the inquiry folder. And don't forget,
Work hard and have fun.